Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. It's your main man Steven back again to recap the Matchday 1 of the Premier League. Definitely the Matchday 1 had a lot of excitement and we are already in Matchday 2, so that's very interesting to see. So recap. Before we recap, please smash up the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so. We need to get in the habit of doing so yet again on this new channel on the road to 50 so I can live stream yet again. So first off, we'll get the boring things over first and then the excitement as we dig deeper in the recap. So definitely, first off, Aston Villa versus Newcastle. Boring draw by Villa. Expected much more from them. And I already mentioned Konsa dropped my FPL points. And with that red card, he'll be banned for the next game. But in general, we got to see the new Aston Villa goalkeeper in action, Bidzot, from I think ADZ Alkmaar, if I'm not mistaken. So definitely played for Brest, but he did play for AEZ Alkmaar, like I said. Bidzot, the Dutch goalkeeper, in action. I think Martinez is probably injured at the moment or something. Probably just on the bench, but he's not even on the bench. So yeah, that's interesting. And Barkley not fit in that game. But yeah, Aston Villa at Villa Park is never easy. And Newcastle especially, with the whole Isak saga still not done. They definitely missed the chances. Anthony Gordon was poor on the day. He's usually good. And Elanga missed a chance in front of goal. And yeah, couldn't capitalize on the 10 men of Aston Villa. Not good enough by Newcastle. And yeah, Newcastle confirmed the signings of Jacob Ramsey, which will probably be seen against Liverpool. And definitely, especially with Joe Linton will serve a few rematch ban, I heard. So that's going to be interesting. Well, Johan Wissa come in from Brentford into this Newcastle team to pave way for Isak, which is still everything to play for. And he's not even doing it with his contract. So that's kind of interesting, and definitely Liverpool fans are getting impatient with this. But Newcastle do not want to let their player go just like that. So it's interesting to see what will happen. But yeah, not much to say. We have to move on. Brighton won. Fulham won. Brighton should have had all 3 points at the MX. Just to a late consolation. A late goal, I meant, by Rodrigo Muniz. What a player still. Emil Smith Rowe, these guys need to step up. Yeah, Fulham, Marco Silva, next. United, they need to improve massively. Especially at the back. They don't have Castagna there at the back. He was on the bench the last game. And Bassi had to play left back. That's how bad out of position this team is getting. Yeah, Kearney, I think, needs to start against Manchester United. This guy. Yeah, the midfield kind of weak. Bergen not doing so well. And yeah, I think you need to integrate Smith Rowe better than into the squad. He was on the bench the last game, and I think he needs to start. And possibly you need to start Muniz ahead of Jimenez. But sometimes off the bench, He's good, so it's up to Marco Silva to sort out this act. But good late equalizer against Brighton. And yeah, Brighton do have the guns to hurt teams. Mente and Matoma, still good. Rutter ahead of Welbeck. Interesting to see. I think Welbeck he's on the bench, but yeah, that's interesting to see. And other players that they got rid of, and they brought in the Coupier from the Belgium League, I'm pretty sure. He was at the Belgium League or Club Brugge, so yeah, they moved on from Estupinian, which is a massive blow in that defense for this Brighton team. And yeah, Hassan Wood injured, that's a massive blow for Brighton. But I still fancy them over Everton. Yeah. Sunderland, Serena. I already talked about this in my predictions, but now I just go through it again. And you have to give credit to Mayenda up top, the Spaniard. He looks super African though. And Dengra had a part in that goal, but it was not an assist. My bad about that, but Dengra looks very good. Granit Xhaka solid in that midfield, and Diarra doing good in that midfield, and so on. Ronaldo having his part to play from Atletico Madrid. This Sunderland team looks to stay up. And they're the most likely team to prove me wrong when it comes to staying up, because I predict them to rock solid bottom in the league. And yeah, Isidore, who missed 2 penalties. My Frenchman, who missed 2 penalties against Trafford, will have to step up in that game, And then Sunderland, I think, will beat Burnley at Turf Moor. Kyle Walker had a disaster class against Richarlison, and look at that reaction of his on my last video. So, yeah. Tottenham smashing Burnley. Scorpion kick Richarlison. Richarlison, every time when it comes to a World Cup calendar year, he just wants to show up, man. Every time when it's close to the World Cup, this guy decides, you know what, I'm going to convince Carlo Ancelotti that I'm ready for that Brazil team. And there he goes on the score sheet yet again, in the absence of Solanke, who's even on the bench, and Paulinho, who's not even starting games. Well, so definitely a few good players on the bench. It's not the strongest Tottenham side in my opinion. And yeah, they'll have to use their A squad if they want anything from the City game, which is next. But Thomas Frank, good start to the Premier League season. Good luck in the City game, is all I'm saying. Kudus will have to come good in that game as well. But Manor Solomon back at Tottenham? Okay. Yeah. But yeah, Kulusevski is the major injury for them, and that's the saying. Their defense looks good. Jed Spence, very underrated as well. Especially no Udogie, you have Jed Spence. So City smashing Wolves 4-0. Brilliant by City 4-0. Brilliant by the new signings, Tajini Reinders and Ryan Cherky. Definitely showed their worth in this one. And absolutely brilliant. Haaland will get more service by Cherky. Cherky should start against Tottenham, their boogie team. But the last time I think they beat Tottenham as well. So For Tottenham, without Son, without Kane, issues up top. But if Richarlison keeps doing that, maybe he just silenced the City crowd at the Etihad, but I don't see it. But yeah, good luck to Thomas Frank and Min. Yeah, especially João Palhinha back. Should give you enough defensive coverage in that midfield, leading to the attack as well. Chelsea, Palace, boring London derby there. And Chelsea, man, their new signings need to gel, especially Bayoni Gittins. I'm surprised. Yeah, some players didn't start. Like Hato, I was expecting him to be at the back. But give it up to Josh Achampon, brilliant at the back with Trevor Chalobah. Very underrated Trevor Chalobah returning to Chelsea yet again. And yeah, doing the business at the back. But you need to do more business at the top of the field. And not just the midfield and the defense. You need to do more at the top. That's for sure. For this Chelsea team. If you want to succeed and want to challenge for that title, Chelsea needs to be more hungry up top. With some injuries, but it's not key injuries for the Chelsea team anyways. And they're not using Jackson anymore. He moved on, I think. Eventually it's going to be Jackson somewhere else. Here we go. But yeah, Estevao should definitely get more game time. Maybe even Liam Delap. We'll just have to wait and see. But definitely Chelsea, you need to improve on that performance. Forest, Chris Wood is probably top goal scorer for Forest yet again. The guys just bang on with this team. And Ndoye is a brilliant signing. Ndoye looks good. And definitely bringing in Douglas Luiz to partner Sangari in that middle of the park is very, very good from this Forest team. And definitely Gibbs White, keeping him is a bonus. And Milakovic at the back with Murillo. Oh man, I should really need to bring one of these guys in my fantasy Premier League and get rid of Konsa ASAP, because he lost quite a few points for that red card of his, and I need to remove Isaac from my fantasy Premier League. I should have never even started keeping Isaac there if he's not going to even play. So that was stupid by me. But yeah, as for Brentford, it's very bad. It's looking bad. You return to the G-Tech, but it's never going to be easy against Aston Villa. Despite the draw, but at least they didn't lose like Brentford. So definitely Brentford not look good this season. No Mabuemo. Wissa is going out the door soon, and Norgard. Keith Andrews, lots of work to do, and definitely lots of work to be sorted, especially up top and the clinical edge for Brentford. Man United dominated the shots to Arsenal. Dorgu with an excellent chance off the post. Cunha, many chances saved by David Raya. Amazing by Raya. Mabuemo, man. If it weren't for Raya, definitely scoring. And Dallo was just very bad. Delect pocketed Gyökeres was the only highlight of that match day. And yeah, Euro, my Frenchman, doing good at the back as well. Bayendir, man. Bayendir, still probably better than Onana, but couldn't do anything for set piece FC from that corner. And Calafiori with a brilliant header. Not much you can do. But at least you silence Gyökeres in front of his old manager. But not much you can do about that one. Just have to bounce back at Craven Cottage. As much as I need to say, not signing Baliba, you just have to move on from that, and United should be okay. As for Leeds, Dominic Calvert-Lewin, signing Bamford, Okafor. How are you going to manage all these attacking players, giving them enough game time? It's going to be a headache for the Leeds manager. I think it's Farke. He's trying to avoid the sack race for sure. Because Daniel Farke used to be a Norwich manager, and definitely this guy, I can see it getting sacked, but just not yet with this kind of performance. Probably a better performance than Arsenal, but it was a penalty nonetheless, which was very questionable via a conspiracy. But definitely, I would say Leeds give Arsenal a game, but Arsenal will beat Leeds nonetheless. And Everton going to their new stadium. Everton needs to do better at their new stadium. Jack Grealish and Dewsbury Hall amongst their new signings will have injuries at the back. Braithwaite might be a big miss for this Everton team with Mykolenko and Patterson. But they have to do what they have to do. NDI, this guy I rate a lot, had to step up for them. And Beto maybe is not the guy, despite having a few spells last season that looked promising. But definitely, this team needs work at their new stadium, Hill Dixon, in front of the home support, the home loyals. Yeah, definitely. So yeah, that's about wraps up my conclusion of Matchday 1. And I'll do one for Matchday 2 as well as it finishes. And I might just join Jordan for the Monday for the match reaction or whatever. And yeah, we'll kick it off from there. Getting back to the nitty gritty and things slowly. Energy slowly recovering, but definitely look good. This new season will be close. Premier League fans, hit that thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you're new, share the video, notification bell on, comment like usual. On the road to 50. Peace out. Steve Squad signing up.